I've watched home baristas spend $3,000 on espresso machines and still pull bad shots. Here's the truth. Your machine isn't the problem. One of these 5 mistakes is, and number 1 ruins more espresso than the other 4 combined. Most people don't even know they're doing it. I'm ranking the 5 biggest espresso mistakes from least catastrophic to most. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is happening to you and how to fix it. Quick framework before we start. Every espresso shot comes down to 3 things: the grind, the dose, and the extraction. Get those 3 right, and 95% of bad espresso disappears. But there's a 4th variable nobody talks about, and that's where number 1 lives. Let's count down. Number 5, the bad tamp. I'm putting this last because honestly, it doesn't matter as much as you've been told. You've heard you need exactly 30 pounds of pressure. That's a myth. What actually matters is being level. Uneven tamp means uneven extraction. Water finds the path of least resistance, channels through one side, and you get a shot that's bitter on one side and sour on the other. The fix is simple. Distribute the grounds evenly first, then tamp. Press straight down, stop when you feel the resistance, that's it. The pressure number doesn't matter as much as long as you're level and consistent. And here's where I'd push back on most home espresso advice. Distribution matters more than tamp itself. Pros use a tool called a WDT, a wise distribution technique, basically a small set of needles you stir through the grounds before tamping. The reason it works, when grounds come out of your grinder, they clump together. Those clumps create density variations in your puck. Water finds the loose spots and channels through. Stirring with a WDT breaks up the clumps and gives you a uniform bed of grounds before you even touch the tamper. You can buy one for $15 or make one with a wine cork and 3 sewing needles. Sounds ridiculous, but actually transforms your shots. If you're channeling constantly and you've ruled out grind size, try a WDT before you blame anything else. Bad tamp is fixable in 5 seconds. That's why it's number 5. Number 4, wrong pull time. The classic over-extraction or under-extraction problem. The window is 25 to 30 seconds for a standard double shot. Shorter than that, the shot is sour and weak. The good flavors haven't even come through yet. Longer than that, you start pulling out the bitter compounds you don't want. Most people get this wrong by stopping too early because the shot looks done. Trust the timer, not your eyes. Pale espresso for the first 10 seconds is normal. The rich part comes between 15 and 25 seconds. That's where the body is. Why isn't this number 1? Because timing is another easy thing to fix. Watch the clock, dial it once, and you're done. The next 3 are harder to spot. Number 3, temperature. The ideal range is 92 to 94 degrees Celsius. Hotter than that, over-extraction, scorched flavors, that white spot in the crema. Cooler than that, sour, weak, won't extract properly. Here's what most home espresso content gets wrong about this. Temperature isn't a fixed setting. Lighter roast needs higher temperature because they're denser. Darker roast needs lower because they extract more easily. You're getting it wrong half the time. Quick note, even with the right temperature setting, your machine needs to be fully heated. That means waiting at least 20 minutes from the moment you turn it on. Most people pull their shot 5 minutes after warm-up and wonder why it's sour. Patience is part of the recipe. I'm putting this at 3 because most prosumer machines have decent temperature control. If you have a Rocket, a Lelit, your temperature is probably fine. If you have an entry-level machine, this jumps to number 2. Number 2, the grind. Every coffee video on the internet tells you grind is the most important variable. They're almost right, it's number 2. And here's why people get it wrong. Most beginners adjust their grinder by feel. They go too coarse, the shot rushes through. They go too fine, the machine chokes. They get frustrated and settle somewhere in between, and that's the trap. The right way to dial in grind: start coarser than you think you need, pull a shot, time it. If it's under 25 seconds, go 1 notch finer, pull again. Repeat until you hit 27 to 30 seconds consistently. This is that time range we were talking about earlier. Never adjust grind and dose at the same time. Change one variable at a time, or you'll never know what's working. Here's something most people don't know. James Hoffmann did blind taste tests on this. Same beans, same machines, same temperature, only the grind changed. The result? Tasters preferred the slightly under-extracted shot to the slightly over-extracted one almost every time. Sourness is more forgivable than bitterness. So if you're going to error coarse, not fine. One more thing on grind. Your grinder matters more than your espresso machine. A $200 burr grinder paired with a basic espresso machine will outperform a $2,000 espresso machine paired with a blade grinder every single time. If you're going to upgrade one piece of gear in your setup, upgrade the grinder first. I know this is something I'm looking to upgrade next. Grind matters more than tamp, time, and temperature, but it's not the most catastrophic mistake. The next one is number 1. And here's where I'm going to lose half of you. because the answer isn't on your machine. It isn't on your grind, it isn't on your tamp, it isn't anything you've been told. The biggest espresso mistake most people make is happening before you ever pull a shot. Stale beans and bad water. I know that sounds anticlimactic. You bought a $1,500 machine, you've been obsessing over your grind, and I'm telling you the answer was on the bag of beans this whole time, but the math is simple. Your espresso is 90% water and 10% extracted bean particles. Get those two ingredients wrong and nothing else can save you. Coffee beans peak at 7 to 14 days post-roast. By 30 days, they've lost most of their volatile aromatics. By 60 days, they're flat. Most grocery store espresso beans don't even have a roast date, and if they did, you'd be horrified. Water is even more invisible. If your tap water is hard, full of chlorine, or has weird mineral content, your espresso tastes like that water. The best beans in the world can't fix bad water. The fix? Buy beans from a local roaster with a visible roast date. Use them within 3 weeks and use filtered water. Ideally bottled spring water if your tap is bad, or if you have any other filtration system like reverse osmosis. On water. Even filtered tap water isn't necessarily good water. The minerals in water actually matter for extraction. Distilled water makes flat tasting espresso because there's actually no minerals to bind with the coffee compounds. The sweet spot is around 150 ppm total dissolved solids. Brita filters help, but third wave water packets designed specifically for espresso are even better. That's it. That single change will improve your espresso more than any other thing on this list. So there's the ranking. Bad tamp at 5, fixable in 5 seconds. Wrong pull time at 4, set a timer. Temperature at 3, most decent machines handle this. Grind at 2, adjust one variable at a time. And number 1, fresh beans and clean water. Solves more bad espresso than the other 4 combined. Get number 1 right and the other 4 almost become invisible to get catastrophically wrong. The dirty secret of home espresso is that 80% of the people complaining about their machine actually have a beans problem or a water problem. If this helped, subscribe. New home barista guides every week, and drop your machine in the comments. But also drop your roast date. Bet you anything the people complaining the loudest about their machines have beans older than 30 days. I'll pin the most recently bought beans at the top. Thanks for watching.